I am again live with the topic, that is the topic, the original one that has already been started. This is the third class on this topic. It's an accounting preliminary analysis. This is our generic topic, and this topic will be carried on for a good number of days, taking different subtopics. Here, in our first class, I try to make an explanation of the term accounting, and I have given you the preliminary concept of accounting. Accounting is a process, it is a functional concept, it is a process relating to preparation of account. What is account? Account is a statement of event. So account is the process, accounting is the process of preparation of the statement of events. Then we have segregated the events into two parts. One is recordable event and the other one is non-recordable event. Non-recordable events are those which are not of so much importance, not of so much importance, and these are trivial in nature and having less relation to. Now another one is recordable financial event. Recordable events. Recordable events are those which needs much more attention, and that is why they are recorded. They are taken into with good amount of importance. And these recordable events may be of two types. One is financial and the other one is non-financial. Non-financial events are those events which have no impact in change of money, in changes in the monetary position of the parties concerned. While the other part, very important one, financial statement, recordable financial events, those are the recordable financial events which results in making a changes in the financial position of the parties concerned. And since the money is the most important thing, money is the Mohan Ashray, so money should be taken into consideration, and that is why our subjects, economics, commerce, accounting. And here money is the pivot. Every decision, every action concerned with money and flow of money in monetary events. So that is first one. And the second one, in the second class, I have tried to give you a discussion on the topic transaction. And again today, I am taking up, just making a recap for those who are the late learners or those who have not gone through the topic so far. What is a transaction? A transaction, I have told you, transaction has two parts. Transaction in Bengali it is known as len-den. In Hindi also it is len and den. So lena and dena. Len means to receive and den means to give. So transaction has got two ways. One is receiving and the other one is giving. And these two parts are technically termed as debit and credit. And what is debit, what is credit, that I will take up for our discussion today, and how the debits are found out and how the credits are found out. And that will come in the second part of our today's discussion. Finally, primarily, I am taking up this part again, transaction. I have already told you a transaction is an agreement. Agreement, as you know, agreement means meeting of two minds. Agreement refers to meeting of two minds. Agreement and arrangement of exchange. What of exchange of what? Exchange of goods and or services. It may be exchange of goods only, it may be exchange of goods along with the service only, or it may be the exchange of services. So it may be the exchange of goods, it may be the exchange of service, it may be the exchange of both goods and services. So exchange services which are measurable in terms of money. That is exchange. The first thing in transaction, there must be an agreement. Agreement means meeting of two minds. So there must be there should be a presence of two persons. Two persons must be there. Two persons. And what are two persons? And these persons are concerned with arrangement regarding the exchange of goods and services. So one person will give the goods and the other person will receive the goods. Okay. Then what will be the other counterpart? Which is measurable in terms of money. Measurable in terms of money. That's the exchange which is being effected must be measurable in terms of money. If it is not measured, measurable. If it cannot be measured with the help of money, it is not a transaction. So transaction has got two meanings. One is blame and the other one is gain. So there is, because it is an exchange. So what is exchange? Goods are exchanged for money, and money is exchanged for goods. Okay, so that is why I'm telling you that it is an exchange, and the exchange must be measured in terms of money, and that exchange must result in change of the financial position of the parties concerned. Just say I have given you in the last occasion some evidence. Your friend, you are interested in to have chicken in your lunch, while your friends are interested in having fish. So you are giving fish to your friends and you are taking chicken from him. So it is an exchange. Is it measurable in terms of money? Yes, it is also measurable in terms of money. The total cost may be divided, and how many plates of chicken have been prepared, and it will decide what will be the cost, and so also the fish. But it is not an exchange because it does not change in the financial position of the parties concerned. Whenever you are giving chicken to your friend, that event does not change in financial position of yours. And when your friend is giving you the fish, it also affects no change in the financial position of that party. Clear? So exchange must be there, and if that exchange may be goods for goods, but that if that exchange does not change in financial position of the parties concerned, so that will not be a transaction. Clear? So from this discussion, we can say what are the basic features of transaction. The first feature of transaction, it is an agreement. So it will be agreement means meeting mind of two persons. So there must be two parties, and this one party is regarded known as either one is the seller of goods, and the person. So there are two functions. One is selling, and the other one is purchasing. Selling and purchasing. It means there is an exchange. Exchange of what? I have only told you goods and or services. And that exchange must change in financial position of the parties concerned. Okay, and that exchange must be measurable in terms of money. Already told you, it must have that event must be measurable in terms of money. No money, not measurable in terms of money, not at all. My day event, not at all. Will not be in the jurisdiction of accounting, financing, and economics. Okay, so this is the. If we think the total core function, core features, we will get that there must be an agreement between two persons, and these two persons are concerned with exchange of goods and services. So that these persons will be either one will be the seller and the other one will be the buyer. What is selling? Selling. In many occasions I have given you that the meaning of the sell is nothing but exchanging title, giving the title on something to other for money. Okay, and purchase is getting the title for money, getting the title on anything, title or ownership of anything, and with the help of money. Okay, so that is transaction. Now come to this part. Now I am running this part and coming to this part. Both the transaction, both the parts of transactions are regarded as debit or credit. That thing I have told you, the transaction has got two in, to give and to receive. Receive and give. And these two are technically regarded as debit and credit. So one is debit and the other one is credit. So if anybody asks you what are the different aspects of transaction, a transaction has got two aspects. One is debit and the other one is credit. And this term debit is in short it is taken as DR and it is CR. Okay. So this is the basic. Now I am entering into the basic part of accounting. Basic part of accounting. How the accounting starts. How the what I have told you, accounting is the process of preparation of the statement of recordable finance element. Now this recording is the process of transaction and the financial events, which now I am going to take up right now. Okay, so we have got debit and the other one is credit. Originally, in accounting, I am coming back to that part, the origin. Thus, each and every subject has got its own origin. Whenever you are considering going through physics, you are getting the basic subject matter of physics is what? Materials, energy, and like this. And in case of chemistry, it is chemical and its composition. In biology, it is life and living. Okay. In history, the events of past. In geography, geo. Okay. Regarding land and earth, land, space, and others. In economics, I have already told you, economics is study of what? Study of money and the monetary activities as concerned with the human being. And so far as accounting is a social science. Accounting has been originated through the different activities, business activities of a huge number of persons, and so there cannot be any practical definition of accounting, any practical definition of debit and credit, because it is a process. This process of the development of accounting as a science is a long process, and it has started in the Middle Ages. Okay, when the Central Europe was in trade with the Middle East. Okay, and that trade was basically carried on in Italy, and in Italy there was a huge market. जैसे मंडी हम लोग बोलते हैं ना, मंडी means क्या? Good number of persons, buyers and sellers assembled over there for exchanging goods and services. That is mandi, and that type of mandi was there in Italy. And what do you know? Where they used to come from the Middle East and the different parts of the Europe. Okay, they used to come with their materials and they go on making the payments. And while making all this, they used to sit on a bench, and sitting on the bench, and that bench is in their words is known as banco. Okay, they used to sit on the bench and settle the money, exchange money. You have given this much material. This is the cost of that is this much. I am giving you this material, this is the cost of this, so what is the difference? That is our remaining balance. Okay, and they used to settle their accounts sitting on the bench, and the bench in Italian language is known as banco, and from this the word bank has been derived. The word bank, which you know, percentage. Okay, banco. The word bank has been originated from the word banco. Banco, and that banco, during that phase, the traders and merchants used to sit on the bench to settle their accounts. As you go, the bankers are over there sitting on their chairs, having the table in front of them, and some persons who are standing over there to settle. In that way, there was benches. And these benches were used by the traders and the merchants for settling their accounts. And in Italy, bench is regarded as banco, and the word bank present day has got its origin from the company. So, but this is not right now our discussion. Anyway, I have given you the glimpse of what from the word bank has come. Now, come to this part, debit and credit. The term debit and all these things, the debit and credit has got its origin from the Latin term, and the man who has given the genuine shape of this debit and credit concept is Luca Pacioli, but someone say Luca Pacioli. Okay, he is regarded as the father of accounting. He is known as the father of accounting. Accounting as a social science has got its basic root by the different writings of this fellow, and the double entry system of accounting, which is present in vogue that it has been originated by this question. Okay, now come to this part, debit and credit. The debit and credit, these terms, these have got some Italian, Latin origin. Debit, there is no basic meaning of debit and credit. There is no basic meaning of debit and credit. Debit has got its origin, Latin word, debitum, D-E-B-I-T-U-M, Latin term debitum, which means what is due. What is due. And credit has got its origin from this Latin term, creditum, something entrusted to another, or alone, something entrusted to another or alone. The loan is credit, okay, and what is due is debt. But in that way, it is very tough for us to find out what is debit and what is credit. What I have told you, a transaction has got two parts. Transaction is concerned with the exchange. An exchange has got two parts. One is giving and receiving. So there will be two parties. Two parties. Okay, these two parties both will be the receiver and giver. So say both persons will be the receiver. So I am receiving something and giving out something. Say you have gone to the market. You have purchased some fruits. So what you have got? You have done. I have got the fruits and given the money. So I am giving money, getting fruits. And that man is giving fruits and getting the money. He is the seller and you are the buyer. Clear? So to you, there will be two aspects of your transaction. One part is debit, receiving part, and the other part is giving part. And to him too, there is a giving part and the other one is receiving part. And that is why everybody, whenever you are recording both the parts. And whenever he is recording, he is also recording both the parts. And that is the system of accounting. That is known as double entry system of accounting. That part I will come back to. Right now, what is debit and what is credit? This is a very, very technical issue and practical issue. And in a word, the word debit has come from the Latin word debitum, meaning what is due. And in credit has got its origin from the Latin term creditum, that is something entrusted to another loan. But in that way, you cannot segregate what is debit and what is credit in any transaction. Okay. So for this, we have to know the different rules of debiting and crediting, and that is our topic right now. Rules of debiting and crediting. So if anybody asks you what is debit, what is credit, you can say in that way. But if someone wants to get a clear conception of debit and credit, he has to go through a bit long issues, because there is some rules of debiting and crediting, and these rules will help you finding out what is debit and what is credit. And you have to find out the debits and credit of each transaction, recording it in its due manner. So for this, the first rule is what comes in debit and what goes out credit. What comes in debit, what goes out credit. Now I am giving you some example. Friend, this term is very, very easy to spell out, but it may appear a bit tough for realizing in it. First, I am giving an example, number 1. Purchase goods for cash. Rupees 5,000. And number 2, sold goods for rupees 7,000. Clear? Now see, purchase goods for cash. What is coming in? Goods are coming in, and what is going out? Cash is going out. So if you purchase the goods, in that case, what is the effect to you? I am getting goods, so goods are coming in. So goods account is a account, ACC or goods account. What you simply write down account, I will let you know is that goods are coming in, goods debit, and cash is going out, cash credit. Clear? So this is the very beginning of accounting process. Mind you. Purchase goods for cash, cash is goods are coming in, goods account debit, or cash is going out, cash account credit. In case of two, this is first one. In case of two, what is sold goods for cash? Sold goods for rupees 7,000. It means you are selling goods and getting rupees 7,000. So what comes in? So cash is coming in, cash debit, goods. Clear? So whenever your original accounting process starts, with finding out the debit and credit. Okay. So I have already told you accounting is a process of recording transactions. Accounting is the process of making the statement of events. Accounting is the process of finding debiting and crediting. So it is whenever you are going to prepare the statement, your first task is the debiting and crediting of transaction. So what is the now side by side I am writing on the different processes, the parts of process I am writing it. Parts of the personal stages of the process of accounting. Stages of the process of accounting. What is the first one? The first one is occurrence of transaction. But you cannot start your accounting process until and unless any transaction has been effected. So transaction is the first and foremost thing, because a transaction, what I have told you, an account is a statement of events, and that events must be financially related. Okay, and that is why transaction. So as soon as the transaction takes place, as soon as the event takes place, you go on recording, starting. Okay, then the task is finding out the debits and credits. So until and unless you can find out the debits and credits, you cannot enter into the two process of accounting. Here, so now see,